Skin walls. Her name was Stephanie. She lived in an apartment complex on the northern east side of New York. An African woman who gave honors to her fellow men while in school by assisting them with tutoring. And she couldn't believe what happened. In her small apartment alone, her wall turned into a rendition that seemed to stem from a mix of psychedelic nightmares and purple energy that shot out. It covered her entire wall, and she couldn't move her body. In a nanosecond, the image went away. The psychosis she went through made her sit into her chair she worked hours to purchase from a futon place down under. It was a true issue to have so much happiness from living in her own place. A dream that was being destroyed by her own images of horrifying creatures and psychotic processes that would terrify any child. Stephanie lived by her own rules and was judged by them, but the sequences she endured were getting more difficult each day. "What am I going to do?" said Stephanie as a creature tiptoed from the side, with a spine that was bare, with a horrifying dog-like body near the door, with a human face covered by long black hairs. It disappeared before it emerged through the sofa, and crawled up like a shadow. "What do you want from me?" begged Stephanie. The creature snarled at Stephanie before it stretched its neck and shook its mug. "That's unusual. You never asked me that before," it said with a hoarse yet deep voice. Stephanie paused as the monster spoke. "You can hear me?" Stephanie picked up a small pillow that sat near the side of her and threw it at the creature where it hit it in the face. "I can. It's strange that you never bothered to talk to me before." Stephanie couldn't understand how the creature could make noise, but it was all her imagination anyway. The problem was that it was an imagination that she couldn't control. It just leaped out of her consciousness like it was nothing, and it stood on the opposite sofa and stared at her, confused, like she was wrong in all this. "I'm not supposed to talk about hallucinations. You aren't real. You are just a figment of my imagination, caused by some kind of disease," she said. "I just need to close my eyes, and you'll disappear from my sight." "I don't think that's the whole picture in all honesty, funny girl," said the creature to her as it stood in comfort. "Maybe I'm a spirit or a demon that's been sent to mess with you. Doesn't seem like I've done much harm, though, with me being present." Stephanie closed her eyes to not have believed the nonsense her eyes conceived. She breathed a deep breath and went aslumber as it stood there and watched her. Several hours passed and it was dark. She opened her eyes and found that she was late for work from a quick view of her watch tied around her wrist. She leaped, but at least the hallucinogenic creature was gone. "Darn it, I have to get to work," said Stephanie as she ran out the door, with a hard slam that sealed it shut. Stephanie ran out to the Prius and drove out from the parking slot that was covered by a concrete ceiling. There she rushed through traffic and got some middle fingers behind her. It was a donut shop. She entered in full uniform with a simple pink donut emblem and went in. "You are 7 minutes late. Stephanie, do try to get on time," said Harold as he stood near the register. "You have to consider your time when you get here." "I get it. I'll do my best next time." Then the horrifying emanation came. "Hey, Stephanie, ready for work?" it said. Stephanie tried to confuse the image with a witty reply, since it wore the same uniform she had with the baseball cap. But she tried to contain a laugh before she started to work. It followed her, the dog-like thing, and followed her with the ridges of her bony body that was contained from its work shirt.